Hi, I'm Randi Fine. Welcome to the Randi Fine YouTube network. I am a narcissistic abuse expert and coach to clients worldwide. I am the host of the podcast, A Fine Time for Healing, and the author of Close Encounters of the Worst Kind, the Narcissistic Abuse Survivor's Guide to Healing and Recovery, and the memoir that I wrote called Cliff Edge Road, which is a pretty cool book. It's an interesting book about my life, and it tells a story about how I grew up from narcissistic abuse and just did really well. So it's a good story. So today I want to talk to you about strategies for dealing with narcissistic people, because a lot of people ask me this question. What if I have to talk to him or her? What if I'm living with him or her still? I'm trying to get out, but I'm still living with the person. How do I talk to them, or how do I deal with them so that I keep things as calm as possible? So I'm going to give you some strategies today. One is to stay emotionally distant. What you don't want to do is share any emotions or feelings with the narcissist, because narcissists feed on emotion. You want to be guarded. You don't want to reveal everything about yourself, have long conversations, open up to dialogue, because dialogue is a trap with a narcissist. They're just trying to rope you into saying something that they can then condemn you for. Don't let the narcissist see you get upset. You want to remain as calm as possible. The idea here is not to supply the narcissist with anything that makes him or her want to abuse you more. Don't try to rationalize with the narcissist. You will never win. There is no rationalizing with the narcissist. When you do that, the narcissist sees things as weaknesses and will use those things against you. So if you're physically removed from the narcissist, the same applies. But it may be easier to do because you're not in the same home. You're not residing in the same place. If you ever have to talk to the narcissist, do it in a monotone voice. No inflection, very dry. If you accidentally run into the person, if you've left the narcissist and you accidentally run into the person, do not make eye contact. Do not say hello. Just keep walking. Do not give advice or tips to the narcissist. The narcissist will take your words as criticism and then lash out against you. Check your sense of humor. Narcissists have no ability to laugh at themselves, and you and the narcissist do not find the same things funny. And so the narcissist can easily be offended, and often your sense of humor will deprecate. It will put you down for thinking something is funny. I say he, but I'm going to alternate he or she, so I don't have to keep saying the narcissist. Postpone rather than confront. If a conversation is not going well, or you are being criticized, make excuses that will buy you time and cool the emotions down. Be concise and direct when you speak to the narcissist. The more you elaborate, the weaker you will appear to her. You do not have to explain yourself. You don't have to fill in uncomfortable silences. Just say what you have to say and then leave dead airspace. I know that's probably really difficult. Most of us have trouble with dead airspace, and so we talk too much, which is one of the things that gets us trapped. Never negotiate with a narcissist for anything. You will lose every single time. Never give a narcissist a second chance. If your abuser has made a promise to you and doesn't keep it, don't let him or her convince you that the promise will be kept this time. It won't. And if you base your decision on the track record, what happened in the past is more true than what they profess to do in the future. If you've set a boundary, follow through on whatever consequences you have set. And just backing up a little bit, boundary setting requires that there's a consequence for crossing it. So if you've set a boundary and you have not stated what the boundary is clearly and concisely, and you have not stated what the consequence for crossing that boundary is, your abuser is going to cross the boundary. And then you're going to feel like nothing I do is working. Well, you have to be clear about what you're saying and let them know what the consequence for crossing it is. Manage the narcissist's wayward emotions and moods. Think of this person as a child having a temper tantrum, because that's exactly what it is. That's what it looks like. Rather than an adult having power over you. Try to allay his or her fears. It is the narcissist's fragility, not high self-esteem, that causes him or her to bully you. So keep things on an even keel with them. Convince the narcissist that you're playing on the same team. Don't give your abuser a reason to treat you like the enemy. Have no expectations for your abuser. He or she will take your feelings, take anything, take no responsibility for anything he does. And she will never apologize for hurting you. They do not care about you and never will. Accept that what you see is what you get. This person will never change. They'll never become the person you want them to be. So don't let your abuser fool you into believing that he will change. He's not going to. Narcissists never change. What they do is they are chameleons. So they change clothing, they change facades, but the true nature of the narcissist never changes. If you can create an affirmation to reinforce that fact, that would be really good. Like, I know he'll never change. I cannot expect him to change. He never will. Something like that, where you actually convince yourself that this is true. I know it feels really personal, but try not to take these things personally. It's a symptom of the narcissist's insecurity. It's not about you. Stay focused on your personal objectives. Don't let your abuser sidetrack you. Do whatever it takes to reach your goals. Be patient and always be smart and discerning. Exercise self-control. Narcissists are button pushers, aren't they? They love reactions and they especially love drama. So don't feed into the things they do or say. they're going to poke the bear, and they know where all your buttons are. All your buttons are. So if you think you're going to just ignore what they say, you're not going to be able to, but you're going to need to exercise self-control. Never accuse or blame the narcissist. Always use I statements. So you're talking about you, you're not talking about them, because you know what blame does. Narcissists cannot handle any level of criticism, not even the mildest, or any insinuation of criticism. So they will rage, sometimes loud, sometimes you'll get the silent treatment, but they're both forms of rage. Never demand or give ultimatums. What you want to do is you want to reframe your question or your scenario in a way that flatters them. So like, for instance, say your company is having a picnic, which wouldn't happen during COVID, but it would have happened before. And you've been invited, and every year you go, he gives you a hard time about it. So what you can say is, my company is having a picnic now, this year again, and my boss he told me that he finds you so interesting, and the girls in the office kind of think you're cute. So they would love for you to come. You're going to get more that way than you would just say, why won't you come? Why can't you come with me? You never want to come with me. You always give me a hard time. That's the way to do it. This is about manipulating the manipulator. So you can't beat a narcissist at his or her game, but you can manipulate the situation. They manipulate you, learn from them, watch what they do, and do it back. And similarly, narcissists feed off of compliments. So if you're stroking their ego, they're not angry at you. Tell him or her how successful you think they are, how handsome they are, how helpful they are, how rich they are, whatever you can think of, whatever you admire. And even tell them you admire the ease at which they handle other people. Narcissists use fear to control victims. Never show that you're afraid. Never make any statements that you're afraid. Don't let it show on your face. Don't let them think that you're afraid of them. Take nothing the narcissist says at face value. That's because they never say anything true. Never. So every word the narcissist says is a lie. And everything they do is a manipulation. And I mean this. I honestly, truthfully mean this. Narcissists never say a word that does not have some sort of benefit for them or some direction that they want the person they're talking to go in. Everything they say, everything. So if you've come to accept the fact that you are with a narcissist or raised by a narcissist, you know that person is a manipulator, but then they say, well, I didn't mean it, or why do you think I would do such a thing, or I'm not that cruel, or whatever. Once you know they're a narcissist, everything that follows is going to be a lie. Everything. So don't fall for it. Don't fall back into the trap. That's one of the ways we fall back into the trap. We know who they are, but then they talk and they confuse us. The only way they can confuse us is if you accept what they're saying as truth. So don't do that. Nothing is true. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope you like my videos. I hope you like my channel and that you will follow it and share it. Also, I have an app called Narcissistic Abuse Awareness. So check that out on your mobile phone. And my website is randifine.com. There's lots of great, hundreds actually, of great articles about narcissistic abuse and other things that are related that you may find very interesting. So spend a couple hours there and look around. So that's what I have to tell you today. Thank you for visiting me on my channel. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.